All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the channel. Of course, I'm your host, Mega Mike the Movie Man. You guys ready for a Criterion post-game party tonight?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, so how this works, this is our Criterion post-game sale show. So we got a few rounds here. First round, we're just going to go around and just talk about how the Criterion sale went for each of us, share some customer experience stories, and, where we picked up all of our titles. Round two, we're going to go through all of our titles we picked up. And oh my gosh, these panel members did some damage here. So they got a lot more titles than me. So yeah, we'll rank the titles we watched, and then we'll just show you what else we bought that we haven't watched yet. And then the last round, we talk about the future upcoming sales. We know there's a Arrow sale right around the corner. So we'll talk about what we're expecting to get into that one. But first of all, if you love movies out there, guys, go ahead and mega smash that like and subscribe for me out there. Support the channel, consider super chats, memberships, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I think we are ready here to go. There's some good comments out there as well. We got Adrian in here. We got
Yo, Adrian.
Yeah.
What's up, Dave?
We got William Cinnamon here.
Jay.
Nikki is in here. I mean, oh my gosh, this is a party tonight. Johnny's everywhere. I mean,
Well, yeah.
we are ready to go. So first round, once again, how did the Criterion sale go for everybody? So Brian, start it off. How did the Criterion sale go for you?
I think it went well. I stuck to my limit mostly. I picked up a few. I actually ordered all of them offline. And then one of them I had to pick up in store because it was sold out online. So I did end up going to my local Barnes & Noble to pick that one up. I shot some video. I kind of walked around there. I'm not used to doing those like in-store videos. I feel a little awkward doing that. But yeah, I recorded some video for when I did my update. But overall, when I go, there's not usually a ton of people like in the physical media section, which is kind of lame. Like I feel like other stories I've heard, people like are engaging with other customers and it sounds like a lot of fun, and I just go there and I'm just there by myself looking through it. But yeah, I think in general the sale went well for me. I had one other store that I popped in and just kind of like looked around. I didn't buy anything from that location, but I have fun just browsing the shelves and seeing what's there.
Awesome. Yeah, I went to 2 locations. Well, 3 if you count Amazon as well. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't a ton of people there when I went for looking at Criterion titles. I mean, there were probably more people looking at CDs, funny enough, which was really interesting. But for me, it depends on the time I go and what store I go to. If I go weekend, evening, usually more people there. But I mean, overall, the experiences were fine. Couple of the stores had just kind of okay selections. I wanted more titles and stuff I was looking for I didn't find. And then when I found certain stuff I was super excited about, and I'm like, I'm picking this title up. As I walk over to the cashier line, I look at it a little bit more and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is super damaged. I'm not going to pick this up. So that happened a couple times with me. And I did try to see if they'll give me an extra discount because of the damages. And no, they did not want to give me it. They're like, it's
No.
They're like, it's already on sale. I'm like, but it's messed. This line is messed up. I'm a collector here. Like, come on. I'm not asking for much. And so, yeah, there's a couple times I'm just like, oh, can't get that title. So I ended up with 6 titles. I got one from Amazon that was super cheap. That was like $15. I'm like, I can't pass that up. And then I got 5 titles between, the few stores I went there with. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty good overall. I wanted to stick with 5, so getting 6 titles, I thought, did more damage than I was expecting to do. So I'm happy with that. I'm glad I didn't go too wild because more sales, I'm sure, are around the corner. But Steve, how did it go for you, Criterion shopping?
Went very well. I mean, I have 12 titles. I always keep my list, so I kind of know. I have the ones, the priority ones, kind of high up, and so I went to 2 different stores. The first store I went to was on that first Friday night, June 27th, and they had a full section there. And then someone told me that she went to that same location 2 or 3 weeks later, and they were completely cleaned out except for they keep some stock behind the register, which is not. They don't have like this particular store didn't have like they don't have like a section necessarily like closed off like a lot of places do. It was like just a open wall. She said it was like cleaned out and stuff. And I said, well, a lot of people have been buying, a lot of Criterions. I'm sure that they'll replenish that stock before too long. But I don't know why they keep stuff behind the cash register. That stuff's full on. A lot of people miss it. They don't see it till they check out, and a lot of times they've already got what they're going to buy, and they're probably not going to pick up anything else. But yeah, I had a great July sale. So at Barnes & Noble, it was pretty good this year.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that before. So they kept Criterion titles behind the counter.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Was it just for spacing reasons? Like, did they think people were gonna like snatch them or something?
There were a lot of 4Ks behind there, but I mean, a lot of the same stuff was on the floor too. So it's like overstock. Instead of having it in the back where they have to search boxes to find it, I guess it's right there. But no one's gonna see that until they actually check out, and by then they're probably not gonna buy anything else. They need to get that stuff out in the main section where people actually look.
All right, Derek, how did it go for you?
Pretty good. I got most of them from Barnes & Noble, got 2 from Amazon because they were doing the, extra special sales that were over 50% off. And I caught 2 of those. I'd say the one kind of weird thing I noticed, we used to have like this person who worked in the media section who was very much like a pro in media. Like he knew everything. You could tell he was in charge of restocking, and he was always ready to talk to you about Criterions. He wasn't there this season, hasn't been at Barnes & Noble for a while, so I'm guessing he doesn't work there anymore. And I noticed this time, which I haven't noticed before, the stock as it was running dry was not getting replenished. Like they were leaving it sparse. So they don't have somebody who has the love of physical media working in that section anymore. And I think it shows, and I hope it's not a sign of we're going to shrink this section, because mine has always been pretty strong. People have noticed that in the videos. They're like, wow, that's a really good Criterion section. Mine's not like that anymore. So I'm scared that it's going to continue to shrink.
Well, you bought a lot from them, so that'll probably show them like, hey, people will buy this stuff if we have it. At least you're supporting it.
Right.
All right, Ryan, how'd you do out there?
I bought more than I said I would. Of course, I always do that. I kind of had the same sentiment. I noticed watching a lot of people's videos, a lot of damaged product this time. There were several YouTubers I watched who are like, man, these spines are torn, or they had slashes through the front of them. That restocking. Fortunately, unlike Derek, my guy that's been there for like 30 years is still working there. In fact, me and him had like a 45-minute long conversation, and it ruined one of my videos. I couldn't film. But he told me they were going to get restocks. I went on the second to last day just to kind of browse again. Nothing. Like, it was picked clean, no restocks. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know how. I did see a lot of people's Barnes & Nobles, their 4K section, they had completely taken away from the Criterions and had its own little section. Again, pick through. I found everything I wanted on my list, except for I didn't pick up one thing because found out super early in the sale that there's audio issues with it, which is the Wiz, if anybody didn't know. So if you did get the Wiz, look for probably a disc replacement program at some point. I'm not sure exactly what the issue was. I heard it was some dialogue was missing, and I don't think it was actually on-screen dialogue, so people didn't catch it. Except for people that are like obsessed with the movie, had came back and said, hey, there's stuff missing. So, but I ended up picking up 15 titles from the actual Barnes & Nobles, one from Amazon, and then I got a bunch of stealthy steals for my mega replay. That's what I'm going to call them, stealthy steals.
And Jeff, how'd it go for you?
It went great. This was probably the most. Actually, it was the most I've ever picked up at one time. I ended up with 17 different movies, 16 different releases. It was a mixture of my first time ever going to Barnes & Noble, which was really awesome. I got to go like the day the sale started, so I got to see it completely full. And then I went really close to the end of the month to the same location. I don't really have a local one. I just happened to be out of town in the same spot at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month. They actually seem to have replenished because there were things that were there the second time that weren't there the first time. It's a very big mall location in a very big city. So I'm assuming that they just probably move a lot of product anyway, so they keep it flowing. And it was a mixture of getting stuff there. I got a few used titles from Orbit. I got to support Orbit. They're kind of like my local store, so I like to get a few things from there. And then I played coy and got a few of those Amazon snags as well. I mean, it's really hard to miss 70% off of a title and be mad about it. So
yeah.
Yep.
And Vin,
It went good. I didn't expect that I was going to pick up as much as I did, but things happen. It's kind of progressing in a way. I know a lot of you guys voiced the same kind of not concerns, but just kind of you're noticing the same thing. And not to be pessimistic, but I feel like pretty soon we won't be able to do this because Barnes and Nobles is going to stop carrying films. They're going to stop. In my opinion, by maybe 2027, 2028, we're not going to have Barnes and Nobles selling Criterions anymore. It's the way of the world. Best Buy dipped out of the game, physical media in general. So honestly, I got probably about 60, 70% of my titles off of Amazon. And I even put something on Instagram this is the Criterion Barnes and Noble sale, but it's pretty much the Amazon Criterion sale because they match all the prices and you can not have to drive and you get it the next freaking day. So it's tough. And I get that. I get why Barnes and Nobles will stop pushing it. But for us collectors that love to go and meet people, I know you were saying earlier, was it Brian that you were saying that you didn't get to meet anybody kind of browsing the collection?
Yeah, there's never anybody in the section. When
that was always something. Every sale, I would always find some random guy that was kind of I could tell this guy's a collector. And every time, and it did happen this time again, thankfully. I actually convinced him to buy Barry Lyndon, and he was on the fence. And I was like, dude, just get Barry Lyndon. But
just buy it, stick it on the shelf. Don't watch it for 3 years. It's a perfect movie.
Yeah, right. But I think we need to savor it while we still have it. And that's why we're here. And thank you to Mike for putting this together for that very reason, because unfortunately, I think in a few years it's going to be gone. But I hope I'm wrong. But the sale went good for me, though.
So I did actually have a customer experience in store, not the first time, but the second time I went, and I was berated. So that was unlike what anybody else has ever said. And I didn't, and I kind of caught it, but I really caught it when I went through to edit my, my hunting video. And I heard the guy in the background continue on and saying some stuff. So I had to edit it out. But yeah, I kind of got berated and called a few names for having my phone out filming a wall, I guess.
Oh, wow.
So,
really? Wow.
You had an unhinged psychopath there.
Yeah, right.
Around film them.
But besides that, I mean, nobody really did anything. I think the guy was probably just mad because I might have been in his way and he was hunting too.
He was probably mad for a multitude of reasons that had nothing to do with you.
And that's true too, except I'm pretty sure he called me a name or two.
Oh, wow.
I paused my video and I thought I didn't catch all of it. I thought I was able to miss all of it. And I was going back and editing. I'm like, oh, I got to just mute this because there's no really cutting this out without being a huge, big, why were you talking about this movie? And then it's not there anymore, but you could hear the guy in the background kind of calling me some names. But
that's wild. And he was a collector, he was actually
maybe I'm assuming so because as soon as I was away from that corner, he was back kind of looking at the corner too.
You ran into somebody who has a lot of problems in their life with nothing to do with you.
I would assume so. I would assume so. Because it's the only time I've ever been like called out for like filming in store, and I've done it in Walmarts and Best Buys and everything all over the place for years. And I was like, wow, this is pretty high nose for a middle of a Tuesday afternoon.
It's just having a bad Tuesday.
That's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
Every day in that dude's life is probably bad. Don't worry about it.
Steve Z brings up a good point. Amazon won't do the sale if Barnes & Noble doesn't do the sale. Maybe, but I have seen Criterion titles at random times go on sale off of Amazon. So you'd maybe still see a few of those.
And Amazon is still pricing things at 50% to a large extent after the sale from Barnes & Noble's ended.
Yeah.
For days.
Oh, yeah. But Barnes & Noble does have the rewards. So that's the thing to go to Barnes & Noble for.
But to Vin's point, though, like, so I have like maybe 3 Barnes & Nobles within like half hour. The closest one to me barely has any physical media. It's like a remodeled store. They just kind of opened up. It's like a completely different layout. And when they do have the Criterion sale, it's literally just like a rack with like, and they're not in any order. They're just kind of like stacked back to front, and you kind of have to like dig through it. But there's really not a good selection. The one that's like maybe 20 minutes away has a great selection, beautiful wall. And then the one even further, it's at like a dying mall. And they, oddly enough, it's one of the only stores left in that mall is the Barnes & Noble, and they actually have a pretty good selection of the Criterion as well. So I think it's like hit or miss with what stores are doing and what they're carrying. Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it be nice if all of the stores, which I guess are just Barnes & Noble and Walmart, if they would all at least get in line where all their stores would be streamlined, so that way you weren't doing guesswork as to what you were getting when you walked into the store.
Walmart's the worst with that. I mean, every Walmart I've been to carries different things. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, some Barnes & Nobles don't even have Criterion titles, so you got to check. Like sometimes I'll go to a Barnes & Noble. I'm like, "Do you guys have Criterion movies here?" And they're like, "No."
There's a few that don't even have physical media at all.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it is coming then.
Yeah.
They doubled down on Legos though.
Calico party down, man.
How about you, Johnny? How'd you do out there? Well, you did a lot, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say I did a lot. I got like 43 titles I picked up.
God damn! I didn't know you were.
Well, it's a little thing that we have. Like whenever I would go pick something up, my wife goes and picks up a couple of books. So I pick up 3 titles, she picks up 3 books, and then just kind of builds up, and I got to accumulate all the points. But
she reads your books, and you can watch your movies.
That's right.
You're getting benefit from your wife being such an avid reader that you're reaping those points to buy more Criterions.
Oh yeah, we would bring our niece, and she would get some books. I'm like, hold on a second there. I'd show them the app on the phone, they'd scan it, and I get the points for it. But yeah, I mean, I had no issues, no threatening of the employees like I've done in years past. But yeah, I mean, to everybody's point, it is getting to the point now where they're not stocking anything up there, and I've actually had to go through the boxes, behind the counter, and start picking out what I wanted, which I did several times on this trip.
All right, wow. So the experience is definitely varied for everybody.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
I will say one thing. I think I don't remember if I said it in my out and about video, my last one I did. Derek, the way your store lays out theirs with the spines out, that is so much easier to film than when they're front facing. You got to flip through them. I hate doing that. It's better to browse them that way. But if you're doing a video, like the spine out is so much better.
Yeah, I just swipe the phone like this, nice and easy.
All right, so let's get into our second round. This is where we'll spend most of our time tonight. We're just going to talk about our pickups here. So, Brian, did you rank your titles? Are they in a certain order here?
I mean, they can be.
Okay. Go for it. Let us know what you got.
All right, I can put them in somewhat of an order. All right, so I grabbed the 3 Musketeer, 4 Musketeer 2-pack. So nice. I got three releases, 4 titles. This is the 2-pack. I did watch this last week. I watched all of these prior to the live stream. I thought these were really fun. Three Musketeers, I wasn't expecting like a comedy. It's hilarious. It was so much funnier than I expected it to be. Four Musketeers, I feel like, is a little bit more serious. I don't know if you guys have seen this at all, but I thought these were pretty good. I know that they were originally like filmed as like one movie, and I guess the studio made them like split it up. But I don't know. I thought this was really good.
There's like new actor laws and stuff in effect because of that film.
Yeah. I think we were talking about that at some point, right, Jeff?
How did they compare to the Disney movie?
Well, when you said that was a comedy, I watched the trailer for that and I was like, oh, that makes the Disney one make so much more sense. Because when I was a kid watching that, I was like, why is this so silly? Shouldn't this be a serious movie? But yeah, when I watched the trailer for that, when it was announced, I was like,
I haven't seen the Disney one probably since it came out.
Yeah.
But on another live stream, we were talking about it, and someone mentioned that the 93 or 94 was basically a remake of this. So that's why it was kind of like that same like kind of silly comedy tone to it. But yeah, I thought they were good. I just wasn't expecting to laugh so much through them.
I like the Disney one better, myself. Okay. But I didn't mind. I watched the Three Musketeers just earlier this evening. I haven't watched the four yet, but it was good. But I like the Disney one better. That might just be I grew up with it bias though.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that one at some point. I just have to find it.
I ain't watching the Disney Musketeer movies. I can't stand that.
That's fair. All right, so I also grabbed Sorcerer. I feel like this is going to be a common pickup for most people here. I watched this one. I had never seen this. Is a blind buy. I'd never seen it. I have never seen The Wages of Fear, so that's on my list to get for the next Criterion sale. I thought this was good. The title of it is weird. Like they should just called it The Wages of Fear. I feel like that would have been a better title if they just stuck with that. I like Roy Scheider. I thought he was really good, but apparently William Friedkin didn't want to cast him. He wanted somebody. I think he wanted like Steve McQueen or somebody like more well known that can carry a movie. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of an interesting little take on this, but overall, it was a good movie. I think some of the scenes were really intense when they're like crossing the bridges. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. There's just some really intense scenery and really nice, like even just like an atmosphere of it that's really like kind of like dark and gritty.
So what is the movie about? Is it just like driving the whole time? Or?
Yeah, so it's about a bunch of guys that they're all like criminals and they're on like the run in like some foreign country. They ended up coming together to drive dynamite basically through the jungle.
Yeah,
but it's
nitroglycerin.
Yeah, nitroglycerin. So it's just a very dangerous like trip. So it's pretty intense at times. It was good. I enjoyed it.
They have to transport it to earn their citizenship.
Yeah.
And get paid.
All right, then just my last pickup, No Country for Old Men. One of my favorite movies of all time. Absolutely love this one. It looked great in 4K. I don't even know if there's really much I could say about this just because it's just such a fantastic movie. It was my favorite movie from 2007, which was a great year for movies altogether. But Javier Bardem, right? One of the best like performances in the history of cinema. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's it. It's just a small haul here.
And that packaging design is awesome though for No Country. The inside with the disc, the artwork, phenomenal.
Yeah,
And since we have some film enthusiasts here, I'd like to know because No Country is on some days my favorite Coen Brothers film, but sometimes it's a different film. Is No Country everyone's favorite Coen Brothers film?
No, I like Fargo more.
Well, for me, the one that is in contention is Fargo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like those two.
See, I'm in left field. I'm like Inside Llewyn Davis, Big Lebowski, and then like No Country, and then Fargo. Fargo, I need to really watch Fargo. I haven't seen Fargo since it came out, and at that time I wasn't a Coen fan.
And Oh Brother, also.
Oh Brother,
I love Oh Brother, Derek. That's such a fun movie.
Yeah,
the music is so good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Inside
it's
Llewyn
Llewyn.
Davis.
Needs a
is, like,
Criterion release.
my fave.
Okay.
Man.
But anything is better than Blood Simple. I think we can do.
No, that's a great
God.
movie.
I just
Mike.
watched Blood Simple last month, I think, for the first time. I actually liked it.
I like it
All
too.
Miller's
It's
Crossing.
rated lower, but yeah.
Miller's Crossing's the one I can't get into. Who
Really?
said
I
that
don't-
one?
I
Who
don't
likes
like
that
I
one?
just said it. Yeah, I just said it.
Oh,
I
I
liked it.
cannot get into that one for some reason. I've tried multiple times.
Yeah, it was a first
I
time
like it.
watch for me. I watched that and Blood Simple like back to back. I thought they were
Mm.
good.
Me too.
There you go. So a successful pickup. You liked all three of your titles, and
I did. They were all really good.
3 for 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so I got 6 titles here, and I think most of them, well, probably like 4 of them were blind buys. So first up, picked up The Nanny on your guys' recommendation. I think, Jeff, you were recommending this one, right?
Yeah.
Wish it was a 4K, though, but that's okay. Blu-ray looked really good. I don't know if I need this one in the collection. That's why it's at the bottom. It's a good one-time watch. It's very atmospheric and creepy, but it's not super scary. Like, it's not a super scary horror movie. So I wanted a little bit more out of it, but good messaging. I like the different groups of people The Nanny focused on. So thought it was a good one-time watch, but maybe would have been okay just streaming it. Don't know if I'm going to rewatch it a whole bunch. So yeah. Did you guys see this one yet, Nanny?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
I haven't seen it yet.
And then Funny Girl, really surprised by this one because this is a very old school classic musical. Like, it was funny. Even my mom said like that was an old movie when she was young. So yeah, Barbara Streisand in here. But I really liked this one. It was charming. There was definitely some funny moments, good romance in here, good story, great musical numbers. And some of these songs, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that song came from this movie. So yeah, and apparently it's like a famous stage play as well. So really happy I picked up this one. So liked Funny Girl.
My Barnes and Noble had like 45 copies of that. They
I
were
know
Nobody wanted it.
People aren't into the musicals as much, but I'm a musical fan, so I really liked it. And then we got The Wiz. I didn't know it had the audio issue. I didn't notice at all. So if you guys didn't tell me anything about the issue, I wouldn't have even known. But if you guys do find out that that link to get a replacement, definitely send it my way.
I don't even has Barn or Criterion even acknowledged it.
They have.
Yeah, I sent them an
pulled it
email.
on sale technically, and said that it would be re-released and that it would be noted. You would know that you were getting the fixed version.
Okay,
So it's going to be on the cover art or something somewhere.
yeah. Like I said, from what I understand, like most people wouldn't have noticed it because I'm pretty sure it was actually an off-screen character saying something, and you would just never noticed it. But some of the people that's again obsessed with the movie were like, "Hey, wait a minute, this is missing something."
It was my first time watching it all the way through. I think I maybe seen some clips when I was younger, but I did not remember it at all. So yeah, really good music in this one, and I think I like it better than The Wizard of Oz.
Slap yourself.
Story, just for the story, I like it better. Now the songs I'd probably give to The Wizard of Oz, but in terms of the story, like just the setup, like I think she was a teacher, right? Something like that, and all that. So I like that. I like the story better here. Yeah, I like the modern setting. So yeah, I really liked it overall. And I didn't know Michael Jackson was like a main character, the Scarecrow. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that. That's really cool.
So the guy I was talking to at my Barnes and Noble, he was showing me screenshots of it, and he was telling me how good it looked. I've seen that movie probably 24 times growing up in my lifetime, and I always thought Michael Jackson had a fuzzy nose. It's a Reese's cup wrapper.
Yeah,
it's so well done in the 4K. You can actually tell what his face paint and everything is. I was like, oh my God, I always thought he just had a fuzzy nose.
Yeah. The 4K is stunning with all the costumes and just the production, set design, the lighting. I mean, it looked beautiful.
Mike, did you get that the first week?
Yeah, I think I got all my titles the first week.
Because I know they pulled it from shelves, right? Like at least they did from my store. Because I went back and I was like, oh man, I missed out. And they're like, no, actually, we pulled them all because of the issue.
There was a lone Blu-ray floating around in my store, and that was it. There was no 4Ks at all when I showed up.
Was the error on both or just the 4K?
I believe on both. I mean, I would assume.
I'd say it would probably be on both of them.
Yeah.
And then next up, Love and Basketball. So happy I finally picked up this movie. Oh my gosh, a really good like romance, coming of age kind of movie, sports movie. I mean, I had a little bit of everything here, but yeah, good chemistry between the main characters, and I like the ending. The ending was good. Like sometimes these movies, if you don't got a good ending, it can ruin the experience. But this was like, oh, it's a happy ending. I appreciate this. So Love and Basketball. A lot better than that wildlife movie. And I have to say, man, Love and Basketball.
More He's not happy about the wildlife movie, Ben.
A happier relationship.
I still have wildlife written down from the last stream because it just you didn't recommend it, but I was like, I still got to write it down.
I haven't recovered from that one.
I'll say though, Love and Basketball, I was aware of it. Obviously, I watched it at some point in my life, but then when it came out on Criterion, I bought it and I rewatched it, and it's really, really freaking good. Like as far as like coming of age romance films, like it just made me that it's a really good movie. Like it's like it shouldn't be that freaking good, but it is. Like I love really good. Like, it's so good. Like
it's been on my list for so long, and I still haven't picked it up. I need to though. Sometime in October or November.
I know. I was back and forth. I'm like, is it going to get a 4K? I don't know, but the Blu-ray looked great, so I'm fine with it. And then, of course, got this $15 off of Amazon. So Parasite. I did not have this movie in the collection at all. So I'm like, okay, this is the time to pick it up when it's super cheap. But the Blu-ray looks great, so I don't even need a 4K. Good special features there. It even has like the black and white edition in it as well. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this has more than the 4K anyway. But yeah, that movie's awesome. Like I remember seeing it in theaters. I'm like, oh, this is a really good movie. I don't know if it's going to keep up on a rewatch. And I'm like, it totally did. I was still captivated on the rewatch. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is an awesome movie. Just with the writing, the script, it kind of gets like twisty, almost like a Quentin Tarantino kind of like style right there in the middle. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
You start noticing things on the second and third watch and stuff makes more sense, and you can put the pieces together. It's really good.
A lot more. Yeah.
I remember that movie had a huge crowd on a Saturday afternoon, and I think it may have been before the Oscar nominations too. And that's really odd to see that for a South Korean movie, to see that kind of crowd, foreign language film, like, and people loved it. It crossed over to a lot of people.
Yeah, the one thing about that release, I never fully like. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not like fully like knowledgeable, but like everybody tried to sell that on like it has a black and white release. But I have the 4K studio release, and if you just go into your TV settings and turn the color down, then you have the same thing. So I was wondering, like, am I missing something resolution-wise, or like?
See, you know how to do that fancy technology, man.
Is it like grain texture? Because when I rewatched Parasite one time, because I have the 4K, I don't have the Criterion. I'd like to have the Criterion, but I don't have it. But I love that film so much, I'd like to have the Criterion. But like, you just turn the color down and then you have the same shit. Like,
I always tell people that about The Mist, and people say, "Oh, it's not the same. Just taking the color out, it's not the same." You can see the black and white version of the Mist from Frank Darabont. They say, "Oh, it's not the same. It's got different highlights in the black and white."
I'm asking you. I'm asking you guys. I don't know.
I'm sure they probably designed the neutrals to be in a specific way. I don't know if they do, but I would assume they do. I doubt they just flip a switch and then add it to the color.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's way above my eyes. I'm like, I don't know that stuff at all. And then, of course, number one, speaking of the Oscar love, you got to have Anora. Oh, my gosh. This movie. I could watch this every night. This movie's so darn good. Oh, man. Everything, just like the editing and how it flows so well. And it's like, you got romance, but you got some like dark comedy in there, too. I mean, Mikey Madison in 4K is just amazing. So, yeah, that was a great pickup there. I don't love the ending. Like, if they changed the ending, I would have liked it even more. But other than that, 90% of the movie just awesome. So
it's a little long. They probably could have shortened it by like 20 minutes or so.
You could have, you could have done that too.
Still a very chaotic movie at times. So
I've only seen that film once. I watched it on streaming. I paid like $4 or $5 to buy it, but Sean Baker's always fantastic. Everything he does, very much in the same vein. All his films seem kind of the same, but that's not necessarily a negative. But I remember the end being very like, it's a rough ending, but I remember really appreciating the ending because it's like, listen, this chick is broken. Like, it gives her character a lot of weight because of what you see in that last scene. Like, I actually kind of like the ending, even though it's not pleasant. But
I know I want the Love and Basketball ending.
Yeah, right.
Hollywood,
Right off into the sunset, you know.
I think that film needed that ending though. Because I mean, yeah, it's different. I'm with you, Mike. I love Love and Basketball, but they're very different films. But I think that Anora benefited from that harsh, more light of the morning ending that it had.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, you're up.
All right, so first one here is one I wanted to upgrade. I had it on Criterion Blu-ray. I wanted to upgrade to 4K. But it's Barry Lyndon, and I watched the 4K and the Blu-ray, and this is the movie that I loved it. The first time I saw it, and it's kind of keeps growing on me every time I see it. Like, you kind of expect all the scenes and the visuals in it. Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, that definitely I had to upgrade that one. This one, Nora, I only bought the Blu-ray of it. I saw this movie in the theater. And for me, I thought I don't really need the 4K for it, but yeah, definitely, I like this movie. I like Sean Baker a lot. Of course, I got Sorcerer. This is on 4K. This one I bought like the bare bones DVD or the bare bones Blu-ray last year. No special features at all. I was kind of disappointed this one doesn't have like a commentary or anything, because William Friedkin does commentaries a lot, but yeah, I love that chaotic scene that everyone talks about. That's to me, that's the reason why you watch this movie. I've got The Shape of Water on 4K. Of course, I saw this movie in the theater years ago, and for some reason I just never bought it. And I loved it. Watching Del Toro, just watching it again the second and third time. Watched the Blu-ray and the 4K. I think I watched it doesn't have a commentary on it, but I enjoyed it so much more watching it the second and third time at home. It's just like I forgot how good this movie is, and then I got no one's talked about this one, the Grifters. This is the one I've never seen before. I have this on Blu-ray. You can get this on 4K as well. But Annette Bening, I've never been a big fan of her necessarily, but she's really great in this movie. It's got Angelica Houston, John Cusack. I enjoy this movie a lot. I watch it like it's Stephen Frears, the guy that did High Fidelity with John Cusack later as a director of this. He's a British director, but I enjoy this movie a lot. I got the Night Moves, the Gene Hackman movie. Okay. I only got the Blu-ray for it. I'd never seen this one before. I liked it. 1975, very dark, kind of movie. Gene Hackman, he's a big reason. It has a Melanie Griffith. This is like her first major.
Oh yeah.
Film. I think she done like short films before that.
Wow.
But, I like that one. Jennifer Warren, I think and also has James Woods in it as well. This is another first time watch. The Awful Truth. The Cary Grant, yeah,
I've heard about that one.
How was that one? Because I was curious about it, because I'm like, Cary Grant, he's like one of my classic actors. I really like.
I liked it. I mean, I have the 10 movies from Cary Grant now, and this is like the first, like it's like a screwball comedy basically. It's like his first. He had done movies before this. This is like the first one where he actually became the Cary Grant that everybody grew to really like. It's that kind of comic kind of a thing, but I enjoyed it a lot though. It doesn't have a commentary on it. It's kind of disappointing. I got the Asphalt Jungle. Speaking of Angelica Houston, this is directed by her father, John Huston. It's got Sterling Hayden's in it. He did. He was in Godfather, and he was in 2 Stanley Kubrick movies, The Killing, and also Doctor Strangelove. This is great. It's a neo noir 1950 film. But I enjoy this a lot. It's definitely like the code, the production code at the time, where you had the bad guys, all that good guys, bad guys kind of thing, how it ends and everything. But I liked it a lot. I have another one from Cary Grant, His Girl Friday. This is a first time watch for me. Cary Grant as well. This one's Howard Hawks is the director. I think he's from Indiana. Actually, it was from Indiana. So I like this a lot. This is Cary Grant in 1940, so it's 3 years after the other one, The Awful Truth. And it's a comical kind of setup, and it's a lot of fun. got that. And I've got like technically 3 more here, but I don't know if anybody's ever seen this movie, Grey Gardens.
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
The first time I watched it, it wasn't quite as great as I was hoping, but I liked it though. I reference people to Bill Hader and Fred Armisen. They do this Sandy Passage. They did like a spoof kind of thing on the IFC channel under a documentary now, where they do like a horror film found footage kind of a parody of this. And I like that movie, that thing a lot more than this. But watching this now, it's like I can see where all the references came from this mother and daughter kind of thing. And they live in like this really wealthy area of New York, but they live in this like dumpy old wooden house. But it's interesting. Documentary kind of thing from 1975, I think, so it's 50 years old now.
I think they're related to the Kennedys.
Yeah, they're related to Jackie,
right?
Yeah, they're related.
Jackie's side.
Yeah,
I picked that one up last sale and watched it, but I'll never watch it again, probably.
Yeah, it's one of the things like, do I really want to see this again? I'm glad I saw it, but I'm not totally sure if I'd really want to watch it again. But it was interesting.
But you got the spine number in your collection now, and you can go
right. That's spine numbers all counts.
You can just watch episodes of Hoarders instead.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. But you definitely watch on YouTube. You can watch that Fred Armisen, Bill Hader parody, because it's well worth watching that. And you don't have to watch this movie to like that, because it's so much fun.
I think that release actually has a second film as well that they put out.
Yeah. Well, see, this one didn't have that. It did. They in 2006 they made a sequel to it. They do talk about it briefly. Yeah.
First, I didn't try to watch, but I thought they had it.
Well, it's the surviving brother. Like it's made by 2 brothers. The same guys that did "Give Me Shelter," the Rolling Stones documentary. It's Albert and David Maysles. They directed this, and one of the brothers died like in the 80s, and the other brother does talk about. He talks about the 2006 sequel, but it's just it's more like a promotion. Like it's a 4 or 5 minute promotion for that sequel. So they don't really show. They don't show a lot from that, but my last one here is actually a box set. I wanted to get this one for so long. It's from Kurosawa. It's Yojimbo and Sanjuro, and I love these a lot. This is probably, I wouldn't put them in like my top 5 for Kurosawa, but I liked it a lot. It has it's a lot of fun, and these movies are so easy to follow. It's like there's so much action, and just you know how the story goes. The story is just really really easy to follow, even if you don't watch Japanese films. But I enjoyed watching those. I watched all my titles, so I had a good time with this sale and watching these films.
How do those stack up with like Seven Samurai?
It's not quite to that level, but it's still, I wouldn't say top 5. It would say, the top 10. I've only watched like maybe 9 or 10 Kurosawa films now, and I liked it more than Dreams, and that Ran was a better film, but those are both in color. This
I'd
is
say
in black and white.
Yojimbo's probably closer to 5. Sanjuro's probably higher, like a 9 or a 10. Like Sanjuro's good, but Yojimbo is like the better of the two. And a lot of movies have tried to copy Yojimbo since.
Right. It made so much money, the studio said, well, we got to get another one out. It's 1961, 62. These are fun. I definitely recommend it. If you like Kurosawa, definitely get those.
Yeah, I've only seen Seven Samurai, so it's definitely I definitely want to see more Kurosawa.
Seven Samurai is the great starting point for if you want to start checking out his films. But I like High and Low, and like you said, a lot of great ones.
Blood is really good. Hidden Fortress is really good. Ikiru, Ikiru is my favorite.
Ikiru is really great too. Yeah, the Hidden Fortress. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Derek, you're up.
Okay. Order. I guess I'll start with the 2 that I knew I was going to get. These were like when they came out, I was like, okay, as soon as the sale hits, I'm hitting them up. And that first one was Anora. If you look above me here, this is every Best Picture winner, Oscar Best Picture winner. So I had to pick this up. I was, debating, is this going to be, a pickup on release day? But I was like, nah, I got to wait for the sale. So waited for the sale, picked it up, knew I was going to pick that one up.
What did you think of it? Did you like?
What's that?
Did you like the movie?
Oh yeah. I saw this in the theater. Yeah. Sean Baker. Love his work, all that I've seen of it anyway. I haven't seen everything. And yeah, I thought this was good. It was kind of a lot funnier and sillier, zanier than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be sort of more serious all the way through. But when they're like on the hunt for the boyfriend, like all of that was like, wow, this is like Adventures in Babysitting or something. This is
Yeah,
really
it was
weird.
too long. Yeah.
Not a comparison I was expecting to hear tonight.
No.
Adventures of Babysitting.
Just running around town, looking for.
That might be his lightest film, though. Honestly, like a lot of his stuff is very weighted, and it depicts like the struggle of Americans in different segments of the country.
Right.
I feel like Anora might be his lightest work because it deals with rich people. But
yeah, I could.
Yeah, it's most mainstream. Yeah, it's a neon film. Yeah, but I like Takeout too. You should definitely check that out. And that's
Takeout, Florida Project, even to an extent, Red Rocket. All these films, Tangerine, they all center around people who are economically struggling. Like in Anora, that's the one film where there's a lot of money involved.
Right.
So that's kind of like a different take for
Vin, there was another one that you mentioned that you didn't even know was Sean Baker's.
Yeah, Prince of Broadway.
Prince of Broadway. Okay. Yeah.
That's another one where it's a low income situation.
Yeah. Same thing.
Early one
style.
Yeah, I didn't know Takeout was the same way. Because Takeout, he's co-directs it with Asian director.
Okay.
If you pulled that name out, I was going to be impressed. If you pulled that name out.
Yeah.
It's like Su Twin Hyung or something like that.
If anyone could, it would be Ryan.
Yeah.
No, Akira Kurosawa and Takashi Miike are about the only two names I can get out proficiently.
Mufuni, the star of most of his films in the 60s, 50s.
The next one that I knew going in I was going to get was Basquiat. I haven't seen anybody pull that yet. Mm-hmm. So this was a double dip, I guess. I have this on DVD. I first saw this in college. I was an art student, and Jean-Michel Basquiat. So this is like a biopic based on the life of Jean-Michel Basquiat, sort of his road to becoming an art star. Starts as a graffiti artist and then starts showing in galleries. So any graffiti artist that is not considered a vandal, they're standing on his shoulders. So like Banksy and Shepard Fairey and people like that. It's his shoulders are standing on, along with I'd say like Keith Haring. But a great cast in this. Jeffrey Wright, who is just kind of blowing up. He's in everything. This was his first leading role. David Bowie plays Andy Warhol. I think Andy Warhol's a household name, right? Everybody knows him. Yeah. Gary Oldman's in it, which is cool because he was a Commissioner Gordon, and now Jeffrey Wright is a Commissioner Gordon. So that's cool that they shared the screen together.
Wow.
Benicio del Toro, Claire Forlani, Parker Posey.
It's got a great cast.
Yeah, some of these people are real, like Basquiat was a real person, but then some of the characters are like composite characters. So Benicio del Toro plays his best friend, but if you were to look up in the movie that person's name, like if you were to Google that name, you wouldn't find anything on them because they're like a single character meant to represent sort of the group of friends he ran around with. But a lot of it's real, but there's also a lot of artistic liberty taken also. And the person who directed this is Julian Schnabel, and he's a painter as well. He also made At Eternity's Gate with Willem Dafoe playing Van Gogh. So if you've seen that, and what else did he do? Diving Bell and the Butterfly. I think he also made that. But yeah, he's a painter as well. And Gary Oldman's sort of playing his character. But yeah, this is great. It has some surrealist qualities to it also, minimally, but done very well, I think. So this is one of my favorite movies. So I was like, man, I gotta get this. And I'm also, what's nice is it has closed captioning, which the DVD did not. It did not. So I saw that on there and I was like, good. Dennis Hopper is also in it. So yeah, amazing cast. You'll watch it and be like, oh my gosh, all these people, but younger.
Wow.
And then the two that I got from Amazon. So now I'm going to go back. Those were Barnes & Noble. These two were Amazon. The Big Heat, I didn't know anything about it, but it was, 60% off, 55% off, something like that. So I was like, okay, I'll go pick this up. It says it's, an important film noir. And people in the comment section, when I posted this, said that. So, it was like, okay, I did a good job picking this up. I assume quite a few of you maybe did. Maybe not, just because it was extra on sale. No? Okay. Same thing with Choose Me. This was on sale, I think, again, for 55 or 60% off on Amazon. They gave it the extra discount. And this one I read up on, watched the trailer for, and saw one of my favorite artists, Ed Ruscha, was in it. And I was like, what? I didn't know he did movies. I didn't know he acted at all, which is cool because a lot of his paintings are references to Hollywood filmmaking, the movie theater going experience, and things like that. So if you ever want to look at that guy's work, his name is either Ed Ruscha or Edward Ruscha, and then type in Hollywood painting or something like that, and you'll see some of his work. But yeah, when I saw he was in it, I was like, all right, I gotta grab that. Still haven't watched it though. And then the rest of these I'll just go in spine order. 13. Silence of the Lambs. Picked this up just because it's my wife's third favorite movie, and I was like, we might as well get it in the collection. So have that. Also, it's a Best Picture winner, but that's our fourth or fifth copy of that.
Quick poll: is that movie a horror film?
I consider it to be a horror film, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah,
I say no. I say no. It's a crime.
I say no as well.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
more of a thriller.
I think if I am in a conversation about it, I'll say it's a thriller, but just casually, I'll just call it a horror film. I'll just group
crime thriller with touches of horror elements.
Yeah.
The horror is only in the last segment with the night vision. That's the only horror element.
Right. And then some of the gore, I guess, in the, when Hannibal's covered in blood and everything after.
Rips people's faces off.
Yeah.
Totally thriller. Yeah. I always say that's a horror film disguised as a thriller for award season. It wouldn't have won if it were Oscar, if it were a horror film. Would not win Oscars if that. So
yeah, I
remember calling it a thriller.
They did that with with almost anything that's horror that they try and get into the Oscars, they pivot the genre over to thriller. I remember them doing that with Sixth Sense also. Right. It was horror until it was starting getting awards recognition. They're like, actually, it's a thriller.
The Shape of Water has thriller element, has a horror film elements too, but it's definitely not a horror film. But it's
right. Then I picked up Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I swear I had this, not on, maybe on Criterion. I don't know. I swear I had this when I was in college, and I don't see it in my collection at all. So I was like, I'll rebuy it. And Ralph Steadman did the cover art, of course. He and Hunter S. Thompson worked together a lot, so that makes sense. And yeah, this is some of his illustrations, so I wanted to grab that. And then because of that, I didn't know anything about this movie, but it has an early spine, 119, with Nail and I, but it also has Ralph Steadman artwork on it. Okay. So, and then I watched the trailer for it. That's what I'll do a lot of times is see the movie, watch the trailer. Am I interested? And this trailer looked awesome. I thought this was new to the collection because it had been released on 4K. I thought it was just, this is the first time it's in the collection until I saw the spine. But this looks really funny, looks really good. So pick this up.
I was with you on that too, because I bought the Arrow box set that came out 4 or 5 months ago. And I didn't realize it was on the Criterion. And then they announced it on there. I was like, oh, well, I would have just waited for the Criterion one, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked that one up too, and it's very British, and it feels kind of like a Mike Leigh film to me, and I liked it. Have you watched it yet, Derek?
Not yet, no.
I recommended a film on my Instagram that I think is better, but kind of in a similar vein. It's Naked by Mike Leigh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard great things about Naked.
Yeah. Next,
is that the one that's got Robin Williams on the front cover, or somebody that looks like Robin Williams on the front cover?
It's
Which
this
one?
guy doing like a cheese face. It's not.
Yeah. It's not
I think
Robin Williams, but he
it's,
kind of looks Robin Williams like.
Oh,
David
Harry
Thewlis.
Potter.
yeah.
The Harry Potter actor. It's
like-
naked. Yeah.
An illustrated,
I don't
right?
know who the Harry Potter actor is. Come on.
It's David Thewlis.
Well, he's a wizard. What the look at his name? I'll have to
You're a
look it up.
wizard, David.
He's a wizard.
I think
Every time
know.
I see the cover for Naked, I always think it's Robin Williams on the front of it. Yeah.
Kind of looks like
Yeah.
him. Yeah,
Yeah. Lupin.
like Robin
Is that his
Williams.
name?
That.
Yeah.
that guy.
Okay.
He's got a weird name too. It's David something.
David Thewlis.
David Thewlis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
Yep.
the werewolf in Harry Potter.
See, Derek knows. See,
Professor Lupin.
I remember him from the Island of Dr. Moreau remake.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
where I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
him From.
This next one, I think this is the only Blu-ray that I picked up, if I recall. I think everything else is 4K, and haven't seen it. Trailer looked interesting, and it just stars Andy Griffith in a way that I've never seen him before, because I grew up watching the Andy Griffith show with my dad, reruns of it, obviously. And I don't know, I was like, you know what, I want to see Andy in a different way. Oh, you picked that one up too? Nice. Did you watch it yet?
Yeah.
Good.
It's been a while though. I need to watch it again.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this one's been out for a while.
I watched it like 3 days ago. I watched it.
Yeah. Was it good?
I had never seen what is he in Little House on the Prairie?
No, the
Andy
Andy Griffith
Griffith.
show.
Andy
Oh,
Griffith
I've never
show.
seen that show.
Oh, he
Yeah.
plays
Yeah.
Andy
My
Taylor.
introduction to this actor is that film.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, he's different.
The
in
Andy
this film
Griffith
than
show is
the-
the
Yeah.
sheriff show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Griffith.
With Barney. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh my
comedy,
gosh.
and he's not.
Yeah.
That's kind of a comedy too.
That's so weird. It's such a huge part of my life that I'm surprised there are even questions about this, because I just thought it was like ubiquitous, like everybody knows about Andy Griffith. But I guess
Yeah.
not.
Ron Howard was on that TV show too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how he got his start.
Oh.
Child actor Ron Howard. He played the son.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was
so-
called. I thought the Andy Griffith show was an actual different show. I thought the sheriff show had a different name. That's why it
Oh.
threw me off.
Oh.
No, but his character's name in the show is Andy Taylor, so it is
Yeah.
confusing. So
Yeah,
when I was a
that's
little
true.
kid, I didn't understand why he was Andy Taylor, but it was called the Andy Griffith Show. That was that.
point,
You know,
yeah.
I guess that was the way of things back then, but I didn't understand that at all. And then again, sorry I haven't watched most of these, but Lone Star was the next one I picked up. My wife, she likes, kind of like murder mystery movies. So I was like, hey, this is a time when we can share the television and watch a movie together. That's Criterion. So grab that. Love the cover art as well. A lot of times the cover art has a lot to do with it. That's what got me into Criterion. And so I do take that into account, because I kind of see it as buying a print, buying an artwork sort of thing. So I don't know, that went into that purchase as well. Next one, I live in Illinois, somewhat close to Peoria, Illinois, which is where Richard Pryor's from. And this is the sort of the biopic of Richard Pryor's life that he directed and wrote and produced probably. So I'm excited to see his very, you hear so many stories about his life. And maybe the stories that I've heard are because people have seen this, but I'm excited to check this one out, just because his life was it feels fake. Like when you hear about it, like that's impossible.
What year did that come out?
When?
86.
What year? Yeah.
86.
86.
Okay.
And
I don't
this
think
is
it
a
ever had a DVD release, did it? It was straight from VHS up to.
Criterion.
I haven't seen a DVD of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'd
remember
never
watching
heard
it
of
when I
it.
was little.
When this first came out, I thought maybe it was a stand-up special, and I was like, "Oh, okay, the stand-up special." And then I, looked into it further and saw what they were doing. I also picked up Night Moves. Watched the trailer for this, and I thought it looked incredibly dull. People in the comment section were like, "Oh no, you got to see it! You got to see it! It's great! It's great!" And Gene Hackman just passed away too, so that played a big part in this purchase. Still haven't watched it yet, but enough people vouched for it that I figured I'd get it. And then this one I didn't think I was going to get, because I waited too long. I spread out my purchases. I don't get them all that first week, that first day. because that price tag is just too high, you know. So I'm like, I'll spend a little here, a little there. And that was Sorcerer, because when I went back, it was completely wiped out. And then on Amazon, it was completely wiped out also. They didn't have any. I was like, oh no. And then I looked at all the Barnes and Noble in my state and in Indiana, and only 2 of them in Illinois, I think, had them, but they were like, you know, over an hour away. But luckily my in-laws, they do a lot of traveling, just mini vacations, and they were passing one of the Barnes and Nobles. So they picked it up for me. I called ahead and was like, hey, can you put this on hold? I got some family coming in to pick it up for me. So I was able to get it. And they, you know, they're probably replenished by now, but I was like freaking out. I was like, darn it, I can't get this one. So yeah, pick that up. The weird thing though, I went into the sale knowing I was going to get those first 2. And then I was also going into it thinking, and I'm just going to buy a bunch of David Lynch. And I didn't end up getting any David Lynch.
Well, same.
Next time.
Yeah, get Inland Empire. That'd be a good one.
Do you not have any?
And a lot of that was missing out too, because they weren't replenishing like you normally do. So I'd go and it was like, darn it, Inland Empire's gone. All the 4Ks of Lost Highway are gone. So it was more a situation of that. I waited too long.
Speaking of Lost Highway, who has seen Lost Highway?
Oh yeah,
not yet.
A couple of you guys. So
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast today of a buddy of mine that I know, and they were dissecting Eyes Wide Shut. And during the podcast, they said, listen, if you're listening to this and you love Eyes Wide Shut, you need to watch Lost Highway. Does that hold any truth to you guys that have seen Lost Highway and Eyes Wide Shut, or what do you think about that?
It's a similar dark kind of tone to it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut in a long time. Yeah,
I could see some similarities. I watched Lost Highway when it first came out, and just because I was a big Nine Inch Nails and Trent Reznor fan. And I can tell you right now, I don't think I got Lost Highway the first time I watched it, and I need to rewatch it again. But I can see similar parallels, like the dark tone and the kind of rocky story. I wouldn't say rocky, but the story it's well done, but it's not well done, if that makes sense, I guess.
After Mulholland Drive, I was done.
Most of Lynch's stuff it's an acquired taste, I feel like. Like I watched all his stuff really right after he passed away. Most of it was first time watches, and I liked most of it, but it's really weird shit.
It is.
Inland Empire made my head hurt.
Yeah. Lost Highway is definitely one you don't want to like start out on. Probably Blue. Is it Blue Velvet?
Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet. Or Twin Peaks, the show, is probably the best place to start.
Yeah.
Or Eraserhead if you're into weird.
Eraserhead's probably weird.
As far as like palatable Lynch films, Elephant Man is
Elephant Man's great.
You can understand that film when you watch it.
Right.
And it's a great movie.
Like most mainstream, I guess, outside of Twin Peaks show. Yeah. I guess
Elephant Man, if you're not crying by the end of that, like Elephant Man is deep at the end.
Yeah.
Had anybody seen this one? I was curious. Did anybody pick this up or see it? Okay.
We're not an art major like you.
Yeah, I might get that star just based on the cast. So
yeah, amazing cast. It's great to see a lot of the early work. He captures Basquiat's mannerisms incredibly. If you watch Basquiat interviews, he did a wonderful job. I think he should have been nominated for Best Actor. But yeah, this would be, I guess, my biggest recommendation of the ones that I've seen from Michael, my pickups. But yeah, this one is a double dip, and I don't do that very often. So I did for that one.
All right, Ryan, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to apologize first. Last one, I said Radiant Sale was also going on during this, and I said it was a woman from Janus Films that actually started it. It was actually a man with an ambiguous name from Arrow Video that started it. Fran was the guy's name. So when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit to it. Somebody actually corrected me in one of my videos. I was like, oh, cool. I'm glad you did. Now I know. I picked up 3 titles from Radiance. Dogra Magra. These are all Asian films. Underworld Beauties. And The Eel, which The Eel I'm most excited about because I forget the main guy that's in here is in a bunch of movies that I like. But I picked up 3 from the Radiance. And I picked those up mainly because I just wasn't finding like the stuff on my list right away when I went in store. And I really didn't want to order everything online, so I just kind of picked up some stuff in store. I did pick up one thing from Amazon, and thank you, Vin or Jeff, whoever I seen first on the IG, but I picked up Paper Moon 4K. Yeah. This was on my list to pick up.
Oh, so
I've not watched it.
Love that movie. Yeah.
Tatum O'Neal, who's the little girl, she's also in this.
Wow. You're still in that movie, aren't you?
Yeah, she's also in Boston.
I think Derek directed that movie.
Yeah.
He's just trying to push it.
But that was one of the ones that I definitely wanted. And I think it was the 4K was $15.56 or something like that. It was ridiculous. It was like 65% off. Like you can't beat that. But I did pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 titles from the Barnes & Noble sale. And I do have a small stack for my Mega Replay. Somebody, not that I'm condoning this, not that I'm promoting it, somebody obviously was stealing from my Barnes & Noble, walking the mile down to my Mega Replay, and then selling the Criterion in to get money.
Wow.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 titles. All these titles were from $12.99 to $17.99. I think I showed pictures on my Instagram of almost all these showing stickers to prove I did it. Plus, I had 20% off when I was buying, so got these cheap. 4K of Grifters. This is why I know these were stolen, because a lot of these are 4K. You're not doing upgrades for that. So I picked up Grifters.
Right.
I picked up the 4K of Choose Me.
Got that cheaper than I did.
4K of Night Moves. The Player and Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah.
Which the Player, I thought this was like a 50s movie. And then I looked at it. I didn't realize Tim Robbins is in this, and it's a Robert Altman movie. I thought this was like a 50s movie.
That's a fun one, too. I like that
Early
one.
90s, yeah. Yep.
Ben, you asked about this one, Graduation. I've been looking at this one for a long time. It's like a Romanian coming-of-age movie, and something happens to this guy's daughter, and he's got to kind of like go do some some immoral things in order to set things right. It's supposed to be really good. Alfred Hitchcock's Foreign Correspondent.
Oh, wow. I need to get that one.
Have you watched that one yet, Ryan? Foreign
I haven't
Correspondent?
watched anything yet. I'm a lazy collector.
You'll have to let me know what you think of that one, because that's one I've always been on the fence on. If it's more
it was
like
12
modern stuff, then I'll probably like it. But
it was $12.99. I couldn't pass it up.
okay.
Walkabout 4K, and then I almost bought this, and then I decided not to, and I'm glad I didn't, because I think I paid $14.99 for this, the 4K of the others. So
Nice.
I was happy about that.
Oh yeah.
But moving on to my actual Barnes & Noble stack. So I'm glad to hear that Naked's a good movie, and the other movie you guys said by Mike Lee was good, because I picked up Life is Sweet from him. I think I even said in the video when I picked this up that I thought I had seen a bunch of Mike Lee movies, and apparently it's not the same person I was thinking of. But this is about like a dysfunctional family that opens up basically a food cart in Britain. So I can't wait to check it out, because apparently Mike Lee is really good.
He's good. He's pretty good.
So I'm going to I always see that Naked. So now I'm going to have to probably pick that up next sale too. That'll probably be in my list. This one's a Blu-ray. I did not pick up the 4K on this, but it's Greg Araki's Totally Effed Up Teen Apocalypse trilogy. Totally Effed Up, Nowhere, and the Doom Generation. I had Doom Generation on Blu-ray already, and I sold it to my Mega Replay and basically paid for this. So I got all 3 of his movies for the price of one. This one, I'm pretty sure Vin had showed this off before, and it's always interested me, and I finally pulled the trigger on it. Vanishing.
Fantastic.
About I guess a guy and his girlfriend go out on a trip, and she vanishes, and he spends like a good part of his life for a year or two trying to find her something, and finds out some weird stuff.
There's a US remake.
Anybody seen that?
I've never seen that.
I've
one.
seen
There's
the
a
remake.
right? Yeah, with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think I've
What's
seen
the
that.
remake?
Oh, yeah.
I have
It's
not
basically
seen
the
remake.
same thing.
But I mean,
And
is
it's
it
directed by the
named-
same guy too.
But is it the same name?
It's the same name.
Yeah, the
Oh, okay.
Vanishing.
Wait, the same director of the original Vanishing made the remake as well?
Yep.
It's like Michael Haneke with Funny Games.
Yeah,
Even
right?
though-
Interesting.
Weird.
I didn't know that.
I've never seen the American version of that.
Probably
This is
don't
a
need to
movie
watch.
I've been looking at for a long time, and I finally seen some other YouTubers talk about this movie and actually gave it praise. But it's The Passion of Joan of Arc, silent movie. I think I said I've never really watched a silent movie, but I think I've watched at least one that's been in the Criterion Collection. So this will be an interesting watch. It's supposed to be really, really good. A title I don't know why I've never bought. My last 2 pickups from the actual in-store sale when I did my video, I bought 12 Angry Men. Go ahead and yell at me. I don't know why I've never watched this, never owned it. And then I bought Paths of Glory, which I had not seen in store in quite a while, but they had a copy. I went ahead and picked it up. I know there's a 4K from a boutique label, but I want the Criterion one.
Yeah.
Who is that? Kino?
Kino. Just tell by the slipcover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think like most of us, I picked up a Nora. Florida Project. I love that movie. Tangerine's pretty good too. But that's a good point, Vin. I'll have to check. I'll compare this to his other movies and see what you mean by this is a rich person's movie versus his others. So it'd be cool to watch. I've never seen it. 2 new movies that just came out. One is by Abbas Kiarostami, The Wind Will Carry Us. Huge fan of Abbas. Taste of Cherry, I always recommend that. Close Up, I've also watched of his. It's in the collection. It's really good. And this was a new movie of his into the collection, so I picked that up.
That's the same director who did Taste of Cherry?
Yeah.
Dude, I had that in my freaking hand, and I was so close to buying it. I love Taste of Cherry.
And it's very, phenomenal. It sounds like by the synopsis of this, it's along the same veins of like personal struggle, like Taste of Cherry. So be happy to watch that. He surprised me. Like when somebody told me to pick up Taste of Cherry, and I was like, I don't think I want to watch anything Iranian. And then I watched. I was like, no, this is easily a recommendable movie. Picked up Sorcerer, didn't know anything about it, and freaking died. So it's put in the collection. Got to have it.
Tangerine.
I think I've watched that probably when I was a younger kid, but I don't remember it. This one I bought because of Vin also. Vin, you were very influential on this sale. I didn't even know this was in the collection. King of the Hill by Steven Soderbergh. I like Soderbergh a lot. This is about like a family in St. Louis. This kid gets like left alone or something like that. He's got to like survive. I think is what the baseline of it is.
Yeah, it's a really good.
I can't wait to check that out. So
it's one of those like
this one
films that nobody like. It's a fantastic film. That's one of the ones that no one's kind of heard of.
Yeah, I've never seen it on my shelf. That was one thing. Even though they did not really do any restocks at my store, there was a lot of stuff on the shelf that I had not seen before. That being one of them. This one was because of Jeff. All That Money Can Buy. You had mentioned this the last time, said it was a really good movie, and they had it, so I went ahead and picked it up. The Devil and Daniel Webster. So that'd be cool to watch. Another movie we kind of talked about that seems like it's always just straight out of sale as soon as the sale goes on, like it's always out of stock, and I finally caught it. Smooth Talk.
Yeah.
Williams and Laura Dern.
Nice.
Can't wait to watch this because you guys have like really talked this up. So I said this in my video on this one. One of my favorite movies in the last 5 years on the Criterion Collection, and probably I would say probably one of my top 5 Asian films of all time is Drive My Car. And that movie is based on a play. Well, fortunately, the Criterion Collection also has another movie that actually does the play that's based on the original play, which that's Chekhov's Uncle Vanya. And this is Vanya on 42nd Street. So this is the actual play that's done in Drive My Car. So I'll actually get to see the actual play.
Writing that one down, Ryan.
Yes, Vanya on 42nd Street. It's got a good cast in it, too.
Show the cover again. Okay.
This guy right here by my pinky is the guy from Princess Bride.
Okay. Yeah.
Wallace
Mandy
Shawn?
I forget what his
Patinkin?
name is.
And in
Wallace-
Clueless and
Yeah, he's been in a ton of
Wallace
stuff.
Shawn?
But,
the voice of Rex in Toy Story.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a Blu-ray or a DVD?
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Inconceivable. That was his line. That I was
Wallace
trying
Shawn.
to think
Oh,
of.
Wallace Shawn.
Yeah.
It's not available on Amazon right now, FYI.
Let's see. It's got Wallace Shawn, Julia Moore, Brooke Smith, George Gaines. Which George Gaines looks familiar. I bet he's probably been in a bunch of older stuff. But yeah, I had to pick this up. Ever since I've seen Drive My Car, I've wanted to see the actual play, and I knew this was on the collection. But it's again one of those titles you never see in the store, so you just kind of forget about it if you don't have it on the list. So seen it, picked it up. These last two I have seen before. These are upgrades from Blu-ray to 4K, and I had to have them in the collection. First is the Gus Van Sant movie. I picked up Drugstore Cowboy. Matt Dillon and forget who the lady is that's in that. Going to drugs free because they're druggies and they start robbing pharmacies. It's a good movie. It's not like the best. It is very dark, but yes.
Heather Graham. It's got Heather Graham in it. The young Heather Graham. It's got it's got the woman from Roadhouse, the blonde hot blonde
Lynch?
from Roadhouse.
Kelly Lynch.
Kelly Lynch,
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly Lynch is who I was thinking of. But yeah, it's I love Gus Van Sant. Like he's one of my
Matt Dillon.
favorite
Matt Dillon's pretty good.
directors, American directors. But that was an upgrade. I had the imprint version, and if I would have, of course, I bought the imprint version. I think 2 months later, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's coming to 4K on the Criterion Collection." I'm like, great. And the last thing is a movie I would recommend to anybody that likes Asian films but has never seen this. I forget how long this movie is. It says here on the back, if I could read. 171 minutes, I think it is. Almost 3 hours long, but it's Farewell, My Concubine. Beautiful movie. If you want to see just pure beauty, it's a very good movie. It's about two boys that are in the Peking Opera House. They grow up together and basically just covers their whole life and marriage and love and life and growing up in like the hardest times in China, like the early 1900s. But as far as like cinematography and just beauty, this thing is great. It's got Leslie Chung and Gong Li. If you know anything about Asian cinema, those are two very well-known names. So there you go. Farewell, My Concubine.
All right.
That's all.
Jeff, you're up.
So it's kind of crazy that like we don't really share a lot about, we don't really share everything we pick up between each other, but a lot of us get the same things. So I'm going to show off a lot of the same stuff. But I'm going to show it off kind of in the order in which I got it, because I did like 5 or 6 different like pickups throughout the month. So my first pickups, I knew these were 2 of like the 4 I knew for sure I was going to get, and that is The Wiz and Anora. I've not watched Anora yet, but The Wiz, that was my first time watching it all the way through. I'm sure that as a 90s kid, I watched it all piece by piece as many times as it played on VH1 growing up. But I really enjoyed it. I'm a big Wizard of Oz fan. So, and then this one I got because of Mega Mike. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
So good.
I had a $10 gift card for Orbit, and they sell their used Criterion Blu-rays for $17. So I got it for about $7.
Nice.
I wanted to upgrade my other 2 Wes Anderson films I have on DVD this time, but I didn't because they're going to get 4Ks probably. But for $7, I'm actually really glad I picked this up because we sat down and watched it with the kids and they really loved it. And I didn't realize it, but my daughter actually had told me that she had just read the book in school this past year. So she was very excited when I brought it home. So that was kind of nice. And then, of course, I hit the Amazon sale up for Sorcerer. I didn't think I had ever seen this before. But then you get to that one scene that's so tense, and I'm like 99% positive this movie played on TV a handful of times growing up. It was all right. I don't know if it deserves all the praise that it gets. I want to watch The Wages of Fear now and kind of compare the two. I'd say it's slightly above mediocre. I like other William Friedkin films better.
I think a lot of the praise comes from Tangerine Dream, though.
You mentioned it before. I was just saying something, but the music is really good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. But there's some real slow parts in it that kind of was like, let's not pick the phone up right now.
I mean, yeah. To be honest with you, it starts off pretty good with like kind of introducing the character, and then once they get to the country, it's very slow until they actually start the travel.
Yeah, and then after it's slow, it's very tense. Yeah, and I really enjoyed the tense part of it, but it takes a little while to get there. So
it grows on you a little bit too.
Ryan, now this is one that a lot of people upgraded, and I had never seen it, but I had a friend that upgraded it, so he decided to send it to me so I could finally watch it, and that's Barry Lyndon. So I got the Blu-ray for Barry Lyndon this time. I've still not watched it yet, but I am on a I'm on a kick to try to watch all of Stanley Kubrick's films.
Don't feel bad. Mine's been sitting on the shelf back here for 3 years.
I didn't know if anybody would show this, so it was neat. Like I said, I'm mirroring a lot of other people's kind of by accident. But I went to Orbit a second time, and they had this box set for like $20 on the Blu-ray. So I went ahead and picked up Yojimbo and Sanjuro. I knew it had a 4K, but I figured $20 for the Blu-ray, I was not going to go wrong with that. And I'm still very new to his films and to samurai films in general. So I couldn't see myself investing like $65 on the 4K set.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody talks really good about him. So I'm kind of excited to jump into him. And then I picked this one up basically because I took two different films up to the counter and I asked the guy at Orbit for his recommendation between the two. And he sent me home with The Night Porter. This film was kind of crazy. It's an Italian film about a Nazi prisoner who gets out and finds a Nazi officer that he had kind of like watched over her and like picked on her a bit when she was a prisoner. And then they find themselves after the war outside of the prison as civilians. And it takes a really kind of crazy turn once they're both civilians. But I actually really enjoyed it. I had never heard of it before. And it's one of my first Italian films. But it has an English dub if you don't like to read it, but I suggest reading it. It has a lot of good feeling to it. Like you can tell the actors are, I will say though, there is a scene in the jail that, about 30 minutes into it, you'll be like, why is this here? It's a little off-putting. But they're not going to get the real feel of what jail was like then without putting that scene in there. That's my only kind of pump the brakes on a little bit. And then I did start watching this tonight. I picked this one up from Barnes and Noble the next time I went. It was one that I knew I was going to grab this month. I've only watched Three Musketeers. I enjoyed it. I'm basically just going to repeat everything that Brian said. I haven't watched Four Musketeers yet, but I am kind of excited to check it out. When I was there picking that up, I also picked up The Seventh Seal. And I had never seen this before, but I had always wanted to.
I love it. Ask Mike what he thinks about it.
Not a fan?
Not a fan.
Mike? What do you think of
I
it?
hate that movie. Oh my god!
Yeah. I definitely would not recommend this to somebody like Mike. It has to be like you have to be into a certain type of movie to enjoy this. There are parts of this that I really dug, and there are parts of this that I'm like, this is terrible. and it's not even that long of a movie for there to be terrible parts.
That movie felt like 4 hours. What's the runtime?
I love
It
it.
felt long. It felt longer than it was. That was kind of my problem. There was a few little parts that were just like so slow to me, I guess. But as I look at it as the whole film and like the piece of art, I totally respect what it was going for, and I really enjoyed like some of the tropes and some of the things they talk about like the race for the human life and what what a meaning of a human life can be. 100 years, almost 100 years later, there's still underlying messages in this film that still matter. So I would suggest to any film lover.
That movie's is that a silent movie?
No,
I don't think it is.
No. That's what I was thinking when I said Joan of Arc, because it's a silent. I've watched Seven Seal. I enjoyed it, but it's been a long time. For some reason, I was thinking it was a silent film, but it's okay. So I've never watched a silent film then.
Yeah,
Ever?
No, not that, unless I was a kid and it was on TV, but I have not like actively seeked out a silent movie. So Joan of Arc will be my first one.
One that I would suggest, it's on the Criterion line, is The Lodger. It's Hitchcock. It was the first silent film I ever watched, and I quite enjoyed it. And as a bonus feature, it has his third film on it as well, which is another silent film. So you get both of them on that Blu-ray.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's still in print. I got it on Criterion Sale, I think in November. So, and then the other two I got from that second Barnes and Noble trip, I got this one based on Jordan over at the Movie Den. He was praising this movie as a second sight film, but I'm more of a Criterion guy. And when I was in Barnes and Noble and seeing that it had a 4K, I didn't even know it had one till I'm shopping in store, and I went ahead and just picked it up. I've never seen it, but I picked this up at the same time I picked up Witness and didn't realize it was the same director. So that's kind of exciting. But Picnic at Hanging Rock,
Peter Weir, yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that I had picked up two films by the same director, so that was exciting. Like I said, I'm kind of excited to check this one out. I hear a lot of good things about it. I know there's some slow parts in it too.
Yeah,
and then this is one that I've been talking about picking up for years, and I just finally did it, and that was Wall-E. They didn't have it in stock. Like I said, I went to the same Barnes and Noble twice. The first time I went, they didn't have it in stock, but the second time I went, they had it right on the new release wall for some reason, like right when you walk in the door. So they did get a restock because I know this wasn't in stock the first time I was there, but it was the second time. I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen Wall-E before. Film's amazing.
Yeah.
And then the next one that I ended up picking up was actually based on Derek's high praise for it because of his artistic friend in this, in it, and that's Choose Me. I thought the discount was pretty good, and I've been on a kick for Keith Carradine. I just picked up Thieves Like Us and watched it. And I was just watching Dexter, and he's in that as well. So I was just on this whole like Keith Carradine kick. So this one just kind of popped up at the right time to check it out. I still haven't watched it yet, but that's with like most of my staff.
He's in Nashville too. I mean, Keith Carradine.
Yeah.
He got an Oscar for that.
For the song, yeah.
And then the last order, and I waited till like the last minute to do it. I've been talking a long time about upgrading this one to DVD, so much so that I've convinced other people to buy it too. And I finally did upgrade my All That Money Can Buy. I love this film. It's a great trope on what do you think your soul is worth to live a fabulous life for the rest of your days, and how long do you think your days are worth? Because there's like this really nice thing in this one where he gets the money, and he also gets a time limit for that as well. So it's a nice little twist on taking wishes from the devil. I grabbed this one up.
And if I watch that and I don't like it, I'm going to go all Mike on you.
You can, but I quite enjoyed it. And,
like it.
And honestly, before I watched that on the DVD, when I got the DVD a couple years ago, I wasn't really a big fan of black and white films. It was one of the earlier black and white films that I first started giving a try. And that movie actually kind of gave me the idea of, just because it's not in color doesn't mean it's not a good story. That film kind of helped push that for me a little bit. Mainly just because I was kind of like, I don't like black and white, which is probably like not a good, it wasn't a good outlook to have on film and TV in general. This next one, I got it because of Jordan at the Movie Den again. He shared on Instagram that it was going out of print. And I did share it within the group chat. And then Steve told me I'm up for a hard watch. But I got Antichrist.
Wow.
Like I said, I've never seen it before. I seen it had William Dafoe in it. And I seen it was going out of print. So those two things was enough for me to grab it up.
You're going to have a fun time with that one.
Yeah. My wife read the back of it and she was like, I want to watch it too.
Kids in here too.
So I guess we'll have a fun time with that. Now, these were going to be the only two I was going to get, but that shipping gets you and that tax. So for like $5 more, I just threw in like a $15 Blu-ray. They don't have a lot of those. And I had never heard of this. I literally just threw it in because it was $15. And I guess it kind of goes with the theme of like the Antichrist and Daniel and the devil. And I got Gate of Hell. And it's going to be one of my early, like, I don't have a lot of Japanese films. So it's some kind of Japanese horror film. So like I said, I'm kind of excited to check it out. But I basically got it because it was a $5 difference with the free shipping.
That's one of their $30 Blu-rays that you get for $15. It's horror loosely. It's a good movie.
Yeah, like I said, I threw it in there because there's not a lot of their $15 half offs anyways, and out of the ones there were, this looked the most intriguing to blind buy. And for $5, once you chalk it up between shipping and free shipping, you might as well, you might as well try it out. Heck, I can get $5 back out of it, or give it to a friend and feel like I got my $5 out of it if I don't like it. But more than likely, I mean, I love the color of the spine, so it'll just stay there and pop off the shelf for the next few years at the very least. But that's how I ended my haul.
All right, Vin.
Good job.
On me. Okay, so I'm going to burn through pretty quick here. I have a bunch of titles. I picked up 3 titles that I had already seen. So I'm going to go through those quick. We've already talked about them, but I did get the Honora 4K. Solid film. Not sure if it's in the top 5 of my Sean Baker films, but moving forward, I got the No Country 4K.
Nice. Best pictures.
Yep. I read the novel multiple times and watched the film multiple times, so I kind of held off on buying it, but I finally cracked and bought it. And Barry Lyndon is the last one that was not a blind buy. This is, I think, Kubrick's most slept on title, largely because of the runtime, but I think it's a masterpiece. It's a top 5 Kubrick film for me. Fantastic film. Going into the blind buys, everything from here on out was a first time watch. And I kind of did it from films I didn't really love and films I kind of feel neutral about, and then films I love. So as we progress, I feel stronger about the films. At the bottom of the heap, unfortunately, is Killer of Sheep. It just didn't connect with me. I think a lot of people love this film for various reasons. I don't know. It's very low budget, very low budget. I don't know. It just didn't connect with me. It was extremely boring. It felt like a Sean Baker film, devoid of all color and life and story.
All that off.
Next one, slightly above, is The Big Chill. It was fine. A nice little slice of 80s nostalgia here. After that, this was for me. If you follow me on Instagram, every sale I find a new director, it seems like, where I kind of delve down a rabbit hole of a new director. And I thought that this sale was going to be the Bergman sale. I really did. And it almost was, but it was the Heineke sale. Am I saying that right? Heineke, yeah. Heineken, yeah. Michael Heineke. But this film fell flat for me. I did not really enjoy it. It's Code Unknown by Michael Haneke. I was kind of bored. You Can Count on Me. It's fine. It's enjoyable, but kind of shallow and just like, you know what you're going to get. It's fine.
That's one of the new titles that just came out this month, isn't it?
Yeah. This one, I'm not sure how I feel about where I put it because it's an interesting film with Nail. How do you? I think Derek, you said it differently.
I did.
I thought you pronounced it differently.
I was just saying with nail, but I don't know.
Maybe not. Anyways,
I think I said with Nell and I or something like that.
It reminded me of a Mike Lee film, like I said earlier, but not as good. And I will stand by that because I think Mike Lee is fantastic, and I'm going to talk about him in a minute. But this was it's wild, and I like the ending a lot. So with Nail and Me. Chungking Express. This is one that's kind of told in like multiple chapters with different stories throughout, and the first one was not very good in my opinion, but it closes very strong. So Chungking Express, I did like it at the end. The first half, not so much. Here's one interesting. This is probably the most interesting release of the entire sale, and that's Eastern Condors. So yes. I had no idea that this even existed, and I went in person to Barnes and Nobles and I saw the cover, and it just looked like really explosive and like a really cool cover art. So I grabbed it obviously, and I looked at it, and I was like, "Wow, this was directed by Sammo Hung." And if you know anything about Sammo Hung, he's a very comedic director, fantastic martial artist, but he's also very, very funny, like with Dragons Forever. And this one, it has a certain style of humor that's very unique. And if you like, it's kind of like Tropic Thunder-ish kind of, but I don't know, like right. you just get a lot of action and a lot of humor, and it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Moving on. This one, Bound. I liked the third act the most in this one. I was kind of lukewarm on it, but the third act was pretty good. Carnal Knowledge. Early Jack Nicholson title. I think he did this one not too far off of when he was doing some of his
Easy Pieces,
like Easy Rider. But this one was, you got Garfunkel in there too. Nothing that I would be like clamoring to recommend to anybody, but it was enjoyable to me.
Wasn't that movie like risque when it came out? Like Carnal Knowledge, like because I vaguely remember it being talked about like when I was younger about it being like a risque movie. Is it? I've never seen it. Is it actually risque?
Not really. I don't think so.
Okay.
1975. Yeah, it's a dark 70s.
Not really.
Okay.
Facing the Crowd. This is I liked it. This was the last one I picked up in the sale, and we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but this film is carried by what's his name? Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith.
He carries it. And again, for me, I never really watched his TV show, so it was almost like I have like a fresh lens on that man. But he does a fantastic job. It's sometimes I've said on previous streams I don't connect with films from the 40s, 50s, 60s, but this one I did enjoy. I did like it, and he does a great job. So I would recommend that one.
He's a real just a perfect father and small town sheriff, and it's comedy in the Andy Griffith Show, which I know is very different than that movie.
Yeah, he's a bit more nefarious in that movie. Yeah. So the next one is a Bergman film. This is maybe the only film I didn't really share on social media that I bought, and it's Fanny and Alexander.
Yeah.
So I got this film because I absolutely loved Scenes from a Marriage from Bergman, and Scenes from a Marriage is spliced into, when you get the Criterion release, it's spliced into 5, I think it's 5, might be 4 episodic. You can take it in episodes. There's a US film release, and there's also an episodic release. And for Scenes from a Marriage, I watched the episodic release, and it's fantastic. I loved it. I recommended it on social media. It's one of the best deep dives into relationships that I've ever seen put to film. It's the tops. I mean, what I just said, I mean, it's the fucking tops. So when I heard that he put out Fanny and Alexander, this is the same thing. It's a 5-episode story, but it didn't hit as hard nearly for me. It was okay. It was good. I might have to rewatch it someday, but this was a 5.5 hour journey I went on, and it was all right. But it certainly did not hit me as hard as Scenes from Marriage. So I guess this whole point was to like do a commercial for Scenes from a Marriage. But yeah, there you go. And here we go. Michael Haneke trilogy. So this is 3 films: The Seventh Continent, Benny's Video, and 71 fragments from a chronology of chance. He is a very unique director. He fragments his films where you get most of his films. We'll talk about when he doesn't later with one of my top recommendations, but he fragments his films in very small splices, oftentimes very low cut, like toward the midsection and hip. He has a very unique style, and he chooses to focus on things that are very morbid and very violent. And out of the 3 films in this collection here, it's a trilogy. The only one that really stuck with me that I still think about is The Seventh Continent. Has anyone seen that?
No.
The Seventh Continent, it starts very fragmented, like I said. But the ending of that film, and The Seventh Continent was also his debut film. It's kind of one of those things where you watch it and you just simply can't fucking ever forget that you watched it. It's so dark. It's so... God, it's just sad. It's just horrible. But sometimes,
up here.
Sometimes when you say, people will say, like, if they feel that way about a film, oh, that was so horrible, that was so sad, that was so awful. Oh, I give it 2 stars. I give it half a star. What are films supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? They're supposed to fucking stay with you, right? They're supposed to make you think. They're supposed to like have some weight. And this film has all of his films have weight, but especially The Seventh Continent. Oh God, it just puts a weight belt on you and just pulls you into the ground. It's fucking
like Dancer in the Dark level.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you need to see Dancer in the Dark. Oh, geez.
Yeah. If you're into
yeah,
I know my
Dancer.
I don't seek these things out.
when they happen, it's
Dark.
Anyways, moving on. A film from 1995, La Haine, French film, fantastic. This is much more palatable. Just 3 dudes running around doing shady stuff. Kind of some, themes of police brutality and this, that, and the third. But this was a very enjoyable film. Very good. Secrets and Lies. This is a Mike Leigh film. I talked about Mike Leigh a little bit earlier, and this is a very interesting film that I recommend. Don't want to go too deep into it. I've been talking a lot, but it's a little bit longer, 2.5 hours, but it's a good one. Secrets and Lies. I think it's a little bit more underrated. Has anyone seen this one?
I haven't. I've got it up there, but I haven't seen it yet.
Check it out. It's a good one. Last few here. In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Fantastic. Sidney Poitier. He's one of those actors where he just has that quality where you don't know what it is. Like maybe he's not even a good actor. Maybe he's shitty, but like he has something. He has something intangible that like when Poitier is on screen, like he's just good.
Does that one come with the sequels or no?
No.
Okay. Kino Lorber's does. So
I don't know. Some Like It Hot.
There you go.
This was my first time ever watching this film, and again, like I said, sometimes I don't gravitate toward these films from the 40s, 50s, 60s. This is 1959, but very, very fun, very funny, great film. It just feels like an all-time classic. When you watch it, you're watching it and you're like, yeah, this is an all-time classic, and it makes sense that it's an all-time classic.
Right.
Prince of Broadway, we're back to Sean Baker. I didn't even know this existed, and it's fantastic. It's just great. It's classic Sean Baker. If you've seen Florida Project, if you've seen Red Rocket, if you've seen Tangerine, it's the same vein, but it's just fantastic. It's about a father who didn't know he had a child. The child is thrust upon him. He's a hustler. He's trying to make money, and he has this kid, and he doesn't know how to be a dad. It's just a fantastic film. Classic Sean Baker. Last couple here. Okay. This is the film that Persona. Has anyone seen Persona?
Bergman, is it? No, I haven't seen it yet.
This is one of the films that after you're done watching it, I thought of, and I don't think about films for days. I don't. I have things going on in my life. I thought about this film for like a fucking week after I watched it. This film, the only way, I don't want to talk too long, but this film is, I feel like everything Lynch wants to be. This, I can't imagine that David Lynch did not watch this film and then change his whole life after that.
Yeah.
Persona is Lynch, but just better. Like,
yeah.
I'm not the expert on Lynch, but
yeah,
if you like Lynch, watch this film.
Right. Bergman's a big influence on him. Sure.
And the last one, my top recommendation from my most recent sale, obviously we're talking about, is another Haneke film, The Piano Teacher. I don't know why, but this one just hit me the hardest. It is fantastic. Now, Haneke, I talked about how he does kind of segmented small short clips, and he sparses it over time, and he jumps on timeline, and he does a lot of different things with that. He doesn't do this with that film. This is more of a traditional linear film, and it's absolutely fantastic. I compared it to Baby Girl. If anyone has seen Baby Girl, it's like Baby Girl, but if it was just made by somebody way smarter and way better. It's just a better film.
Yeah.
So if you saw Baby Girl and you like kind of the themes of that, there's a lot of male-female dynamics here. There's a lot of sexual oppression going on here. There's a lot of mental illness going on here. Fantastic. This film, I think I get 4.5 stars. This is the star for me for the July sale. This is my highlight. This is my golden goose. Piano Teacher blew me away. So that's my number one. And I am done. Hopefully I got through that pretty quick. Thank you guys for indulging me, but that's it.
Thanks, man.
All right, Johnny, you're up.
Nice.
All right. I've got 9 titles here that I have seen, so I'll go ahead and give you my letterbox ratings on those. Picnic at Hanging Rock, I gave it a 3.5. I really need to watch this again. I mean, it is absolutely beautifully shot, but I have issues with the story, but I will watch this again. Next one is Prince of Broadway. I gave this 3.5, but I do want to watch this again. It is just watching him deal with these kids, like he doesn't know what to do. It's like how most people would act with someone thrust upon their life that they've never met before. But 3.5. Yeah, I'll check this one out again. These next 4 are like 4 stars, being John Malkovich.
There you go.
Okay.
I went to the theater to see this, and I had no idea what the hell I saw when I left. Almost 30 years later, I'm like, yeah, I'm slowly getting a grasp on it. But this one was a first-time watch, but it was Thief.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this Tangerine Dream score. Amazing. I also picked up the 4K for Night Moves. I thought this was good. They say it's Dolby Vision, but it doesn't look like that. But a little fun tidbit. Melanie Griffith's in here. She's 16 years old.
Yeah.
They shot this in 1973 and waited 2 years to release it.
Yeah.
She's still 16 years old in this.
Yeah.
If you've seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. Next one, when we were at Jeff's for our little get together, I saw this on his shelf, so I had to pick it up. Paper Moon.
Love.
I love The Last Picture Show, but I believe this one, it's not as good as The Last Picture Show, but I gave it 4 stars.
So good. So
good. This one is the one that I actually went behind the counter at Barnes & Noble to grab. I believe it was someone's pre-order, and I said I didn't care, so I took it, and it's Sorcerer.
There you go.
This was my first time watching this. I wanted to grab the Wages of Fear, but April said, no, you are not going back there and taking another title from someone's order. But I did see this, and yes, this is tense, but I gave this a 4-star.
Yeah.
In the Heat of the Night.
Mm-hmm.
It's my first time watching this. I was a huge fan of the TV show, but I think I gave this a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my number one. I gave this a 5-star. My first time watching this, and it's Drive My Car.
Okay.
Yes, Ryan. This is I. If you've seen this, you know the scene at the very end when they're on the mountaintop. I shed a tear. I mean, it's just so absolutely moving.
And for a 3-hour movie, it does not feel like a 3-hour movie. It moves
no, it does not
really well.
All right. Now, these are the ones that I bought that I haven't seen. I'm just going to go in order of spine number. I'm just going to rattle them off. I did get the 4K for Brazil.
There you go.
I had to pick up Peeping Tom, the 4K.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yep.
This one goes on to my AFI's challenge. I did pick up Sullivan's Travels. Stagecoach, John Ford film.
Perfect.
A silent film for Ryan. Modern Times.
Yeah.
Easy Rider.
Yeah.
nice.
I've heard a lot of people talk about this one, but I snagged The Sweet Smell of Success.
Wow.
Yeah. This one, I don't know why I didn't pick it up earlier, but it just felt like it took forever for it to come back in stock. But the 4K for Blowout. The Gold Rush, Charlie Chaplin. I have seen this film before, but it's been like 20 years. But it's and I do have an issue with this director, but it's Elia Kazan's On the Waterfront.
John,
Yeah.
my favorite is.
Yeah, I just what he did, little prick. Paris, Texas, the 4K.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard people give nothing but rave reviews about this, especially with Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
City Lights. This goes into that the AFI list. Another one. It happened one night with
Best Picture.
Yep, I think it got the first one to get the all 5 of them. The first one to like sweep. Yeah, Clark Gable.
Yep.
This one, I was watching a Criterion Closet video of Cronenberg, and he singled this film out. And I like Cronenberg, and I said, well, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. That's Odd Man Out. This one, I went to go see in the theater, and I had no idea. I thought it was a comedy because it's, one of the stars in it, and I came out, and I'm like, this isn't really that funny. But it's The Fisher King.
Oh, wow.
4K. Well, when I saw it in 91, I was like, I'm supposed to be laughing, but, another one, classic film, The Graduate.
Yeah.
This next one is The Manchurian Candidate. I have not seen this. I've seen the remake, and, I know there's a 4K of this, but I don't care. I'm a Criterion snob, as you can see. This next one, I like Robert Altman. And I heard Tracy Letts talking about this, and it's McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
Yeah, love that one.
I got here Mike's favorite. Don't let him tell you otherwise, but I got the 4K Blood Simple.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
I have seen little snippets of this film, and I've always wanted to check it out because I really like Peter Sellers, but it's Being There.
Oh yeah.
Love that film. I always recommend that to people. Fantastic.
Kind Cary Grant, Jimmy Stewart, The Philadelphia Story.
Good one too.
I do love baseball, and it's been a long time since I've seen this, but Bob's Blu-rays kept getting on me. He says, "You need to pick this up. You need to pick this up." And every time it was always out. So it was Bull Durham.
Yeah.
This one completes my Paranoia trilogy. So I did get Clute.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, I almost picked that one up so many times.
Yeah, that's on my list.
All About Eve.
Best picture.
This one, again, everybody raves about it, and I do love me some Bong Joon-ho. Memories of Murder.
Mm-hmm.
Another Cary Grant, because apparently I'm getting attracted to like Cary Grant in his films. Bringing Up Baby.
Yep, I got that.
I do love the Coen brothers, so I had to snag Miller's Crossing.
Yep.
Raging Bull. I'm surprised I never had this in my collection, but it's the 4K Raging Bull. Perhaps Ryan or Vin can help me with this one, but Saint Omer.
Never seen it.
I have not seen that one.
I think it's a pretty solid It's a courtroom drama type film.
Yeah, this I can't remember what title I had in my hand, but I put it back and I picked up Saint Omer because I'm like, I think I might like this one a little bit more. Vim Vendors, Perfect Days.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll love that movie.
Good one.
Great movie.
This one is the one that took the longest to get in for some reason. Maybe you guys might know.
Oh, wow.
Everybody was buying this, so this one took forever to get in. Winchester 73, the 4K. This one, and along with Picnic at Hanging Rock, I blame Jeff for. And I did pick up the 3 and 4 Musketeers. And my last one that I did pick up was, and I haven't opened it, and it's The Wiz.
Yep.
So that's it.
You had a bunch of titles I have not ever seen in my store. Like I'd probably say 33% of them.
Mine, we just kept going back because where I have the AMC A-list member, so we would always go down there to watch movies. And as soon as we would leave a movie, we'd go to Barnes and Noble, and we did this like almost every other day. And I went in there and they had all this crap, and I'm like, "Ooh, I need to get it." With the exception of the last two, those two I had to get from Amazon.
All right, to close this out here. To close this out, our last round will be, what kind of current or future sales are you looking forward to? And so I don't keep you guys here too long. You can tell people where to find you and all that good stuff. So we'll use this as a closing out question as well. Brian, you excited for some future sales out there? And where can people find you?
Yeah, well, we started off this stream. We were talking about the Arrow sale coming up. So that's probably the next one that I'm looking forward to. There's a few Arrow titles on my list. So looking forward to grab those. You can find me here on YouTube. B-Dubs Movie Hub is my channel name. Same name on Instagram. I have a letterboxd on B-Dubs on there. Just check me out. I'm making videos. I got a live show with Collector Movie Man. We're going to schedule something for later this week to just talk movies and shit. So.
Nice. All right. And speaking of Collector Movie Man, you did do a super sticker right there, super chat. So thank you, Collector Movie Man. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I thought I was going to be able to give my wallet a break this month, but then I heard about this Arrow sale, and I think Arrow is my favorite boutique label right now. So I like them even a little bit more than probably Criterion, just with some of their recent releases I'm super hyped for. So if that Texas Chainsaw stuff is on sale, I'm going to have to get it probably. What is that? Deep Blue Sea looked really cool. Like that was a thick. I didn't know it was such a thick, like big
chunky
case.
box, yeah.
I saw it in Barnes and Noble, and I'm like, that thing just looks really cool. So maybe I get that. I heard good things about Dark City as well.
If you can find Dark City,
It was in my Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like, I'm not gonna
I've
pay
seen
full
it. Yeah,
price.
I've seen it. It's on my list to grab.
So yeah, if that's on sale, oh my gosh, I might get more Arrow titles than Criterion titles. So,
Does that
I'm gonna have
Dark
to limit
City?
myself.
Does that Dark City have the Ebert commentary? Roger Ebert's commentary?
Well, Vin will look it up.
Yeah, Vin's look it out.
My Snapper case does. I have the snapper of it, and it has it on there.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yes,
that
it does. It does.
It does. Nice. Okay.
It does.
Worth an upgrade then.
Oh man, that box.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I popped it in, and the 4K looks spectacular on it. Like it really pops.
So super excited for that sale. Other than that, hopefully I can just recover my wallet, because with Criterion Sale, the Prime Day sale stuff, I did a lot of the Prime Day deals. I'm like, woo. July is always like the biggest month for sales. So, woo. But Steve, what are you looking forward to out there?
Yeah, so thanks everybody. Yeah, accessory movie reviews. Yeah, it's definitely the Arrow sale. And Dark City. I know a DJ from Films by Color he's done some videos where he's trying to find that 4K for that one.
That's the one definitely I was watching.
Yeah, and then the after that, obviously the Criterion sale will be in October, and then the other Barnes and Noble sale in November. But yeah, you can find me on Letterboxd and YouTube under accessory movie reviews. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun, guys.
And Derek.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mike. Let's see. I'm Derek, but my channel's Pure Hangout, and on Instagram it's Pure Hangout. And sales, I don't know. I've been just thinking about, because this is the most I've ever bought during one of these sales. So I'm gonna maybe steer away from sales and not look at any of it. Pad my wallet for November. When I can get back to Criterion, I guess, the Criterion sale. And I'm going to try to focus on Lynch and then some of the stuff that you all recommended today. So, I'm going to hopefully not buy too much until November.
Ryan.
Movies with Ryan, all one word, Letterboxd, Instagram, YouTube. I was going to say I was excited for the Arrow sale, but I don't know if the only thing I've been picking up from Arrow has been Asian titles. And they really haven't put out a whole lot that I've been wanting lately. So I think I'm with Derek. I'm going to have that big purchase in November with that Wes Anderson box set. Ooh, so I think I need to save.
Yeah.
And Jeff.
John Doe Juggalo everywhere. This next sale I'm excited for is Arrow. I already have like certain carts filled on certain sites, and I got certain reward coupons set up, and I got about 7 or 8 arrows that I'm eyeing for the sale. But after that, I'm going to save up for Criterion, because I always have a long list of Criterion I'm wanting to get. And tonight I added about 19 or 20 more to the list between all the ones that you guys kind of talked up. So it'll be Arrow, and then probably a major just pause until November. I don't usually hit Criterion themselves up for their 50% off sale, because you got to spend a lot more before you get that $50 coupon. So I usually don't mess with the flash sale too often. So it'll probably be Arrow and then Criterion.
How about you, Vin?
I'm pretty much a Criterion sale snob, so it's the only really sale I look forward to. I obviously dropped like hundreds of dollars on this sale, so the next sale I'm going to really engage in is the next Criterion sale. But I always kind of am aware of like these other labels, but for me it's more about the Criterion. But hard copy blues. I do lives every now and again, but I'm more active on Instagram these days. So hard copy blues on Instagram.
And Johnny.
Thanks for having me here again, Mike. I truly enjoy doing this. You go to my YouTube channel, What's Johnny Watching, and hit the links. You can find me, all my other stuff that I'm at. I'm posting more on Instagram and Letterboxd more than I am YouTube, but that's going to change here in the near future. But as for the Arrow sale, I mean, there are just a handful of titles that I would want from Arrow, and I'm still waiting for my good, bad, and the ugly 4K box set to get here from Arrow. Damn it. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, I'm saving up for that. Yeah, that Wes Anderson box set. I don't know if I'm going to pick that up or not. I'm debating. I don't know if my wife will let me do that. She almost killed me when she saw this stuff.
Yeah, I like having the movies separately, so that's kind of why I'm steering away from. I'd rather just buy all of Wes Anderson's singular Criterion titles.
I have them mostly in the single title, so I'm gonna.
You do, yeah.
But you buy the box set, you get rid of the singles, you make so much more room.
Not when the box set is like this big.
Yeah.
Plus, Wes Anderson hasn't put out a good film in like 10 years. Sorry.
Yeah, could be true.
The Phoenician scheme was awesome.
I liked it.
I was going to say the Phoenician schemes I've heard picked it up, but yeah, his last 4 movies or so have not done that well.
Oh, Dogs, yeah.
Stopped at Budapest, I think. That was the last great one.
But there you go, audience. Everybody's channel's links are in the description below. Definitely go ahead and visit their channel. Show them some love there. Don't only click subscribe. Actually watch their content. Click on some videos. Watch it all the way through. Have a good time. They all have great movie taste, great perspectives on movies, and you get a ton of movie entertainment knowledge from them. So definitely enjoy the videos there. Once again, if you haven't already, click the like on this video, the subscribe, the notification bell, so you're alerted when the next, Criterion pre-game show happens. We'll do it, of course, again in November. Until then, tons of Criterion videos on the channel, ranking videos, haul videos, recommendation videos, rant videos on Criterion. So just click the Criterion playlist and you'll have a fun Criterion time. But other than that, just have a great night, everybody, and go watch your Criterion movies now, okay, people? Don't just leave them on the shelf. Have a good night, everyone.
Guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.